trying to bowl that Yorker. That's a low full toss, straight to the fielder.
Mohammad Naeem reached to 29 of 33 balls. He must be looking to score some quick runs now. He's already been here for a while. Shoaib Malik obviously on 16 of 10. He's looking for those odd boundaries, but at the same time Naeem must realize the fact that he's there for a while. He needs to keep up the tempo. And they should eye somewhere over 200.
Well, looking at the run rate, Mazhar, I think they're doing pretty good because it's more than 9 runs and an over. And if they continue to do so, scoring 9 runs and over from each over from here on, they're fine. They'll be absolutely fine. 184. And then in between, they might have a bigger over. Well bowled, really good.
That's very well bowled by Fazal Haq Farooqi, creating that angle coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Cross seam there. He's been playing T20 cricket for a while now. He uses his swing pretty well, and at the same time he uses his pace as well.
I can tell you it's cold there. It's a short one. There might be a chance. Nope. Falls in no man's land. There was an opportunity, but he just didn't connect.
Couldn't connect it properly there. Shoaib Malik. Probably beaten by pace as well. Yeah, slices the upper part of the bat there. Lucky enough that it didn't connect properly to go on to the fielder's hand. Yeah, David Malan there. Probably couldn't see the ball.
Yeah, the short ball nearly doing the trick for Farooqi. This time another shot wide, straight into the hands, gone.
And the short ball trick works for Fazal Haq Farooqi. This time it was a slower bouncer there. Mohammad Naeem tried to play that more of a baseball shot and just handed a simple catch at deep point. It was a back of a hand slower. He was not in a position to hit that one properly. All he manages to do is hand it straight to the fielder, and Fazal Haq Farooqi strikes for Kumilla Victorians. Mohammad Naeem departs for 29, Rangpur 115 for 2.
Sikandar Raza walks in. He's a dangerous bat. He's been in terrific touch. That's his T20 career. Touching the striker at 130, 1950s, more than 3,000 runs. He should enjoy batting here. It's a big wicket for Kumilla Victorians. Now the Yorker length. Sloppy. So he does get off the mark the first ball that he faces. After 13, Rangpur 116 for 2. Rangpur Riders will be hoping this pair stays till the very end. Yes, you have Nurul Hassan Chauhan, the skipper. And you have batters of the caliber of Shoaib Malik and Sikandar Raza. You would want them to continue. I'm not taking anything away from Nurul Hassan or Mahdi or Mazai. But yes, this is a surface where you should enjoy batting. You can pick up boundaries. And you're in a healthy state at the moment. 116 for 2. Ball just coming back with the arm.
Sikandar Raza has been in prolific form last year, both with bat and ball. He's a very exciting cricketer as well. Played pretty often here in Bangladesh in the Dhaka Premier League. Played that well there for a single.
Well, this is how he got himself dismissed. You know, he had to reach out, really reach out. Could have been a wide had he left it. And someone just managed to put the bat to ball, and then Mosaddek Hussain, a third man, takes an easy catch. You know, all eyes will be on this pair. Of Shoaib Malik and yes, they can create a little bit more chances. Again, well bowled, taking the inside part of the bat. It looks like that's Khushdil Shah. It's just bringing the ball back into the right-handers. So instead of trying to play on the offside, maybe a better idea would be to try to play it on the onside, a little bit straighter, down the ground. Ooh, short and wide.
We haven't seen much of a turn there. There was a bit of turn on that occasion. And was there a drop catch? No, it falls short of the fielder there. But struck really hard. This is a very crucial phase of the game here. And from Kumilla's point of view, they need to dry up those odd singles.
Yeah, we're speaking about Sikandar Raza in the T20 internationals last year. He smashed 735 runs and an average of 35, but his strike rate was quite amazing, 150 plus. He's been in really good touch, especially in this format of the game. Only 3 players made more runs than him, and he's very quick runner in between the red. Direct hit can be interesting. I'll go upstairs.
That was a good piece of fielding there from the fielder. Direct hit are always interesting, and I think he's made it. He's made it.
You think he's made it? Definitely he's made it. I mean, that's a really good example or any youngsters watching how to drag your bat in. Full stretch, not out. The youngsters watching, this is how you back up. Have a look at this. He's stretching. Oh, brilliant. Very good. Excellent from Sikandar Raza. And in 21 for 2. Ashika Zaman in the attack. Again, look at that bounce. He looks a good prospect, quite tall, young. He knows that he was not in control. He might just have got him hit him on the gloves, on the thumb.
This guy can bowl quick. He can hit the deck hard. That must have been hurt. Sikandar Raza moving away his gloves at the last moment. That's nasty. Ashik may have given away 35 runs today, but he's really shown some potential. He will only gain experience the more he plays. Obviously, it's a tough day so far for him.
Not in control. Again, a short delivery from Ashikur. He just struggled for a bit of a timing here, Sikandar Raza. He's only played 6 deliveries. He's only faced 6 deliveries. And hasn't come from the middle part of the bat. He's definitely struggling here. Shoaib Malik from the other end has been in a pretty good touch, 20 of 15. So bowlers from Kumilla Victorians doing their job. Short ball pulled away. Don't bother running. It's into the stands. That is a massive hit from Sikandar Raza.
What a shot that is from Sikandar Raza. Timed it to perfection there. It was a short one, but he made his ground really well. Stayed there, kept his eyes on the ball, and bang. It's a big, big 6, and they needed it. Has managed to drive up those boundaries, Kumilla Victorians, but Sikandar Raza is back with a bang.
It's a good reply from Sikandar Raza. Remember, just a couple of deliveries earlier, he was hit on the gloves. So he was anticipating a short one. And he did the rest with the bat. This time it's a fuller delivery. But it just couldn't pierce the gap. Straight down the ground to the fielder, Mohammad Nabi. Turning out to be a good over with that 6, already 9 in the over. 130 comes up on the board.
Imrul Kais looks worried. He must be thinking of who to bowl in the next few overs with the 2 guys at the crease are on song.
Well, he's not timed it and he's got away with it. It falls in between those 2 fielders. It's coming back for the second. Good running. Really good aggressive running between the wickets.
That's very good running between the wicket. And they ran really hard there, immediately realizing the fact that there was 2. And look at Sikandar Raza there. Just ran through Shoaib Malik. Easy in the end. 2 of the most fittest players in world cricket. Talking about Shoaib Malik, he's near to his 40s, and look at him.
And that's the projected score. 178 with the current run rate. 10 run and over will get them past that. Oh, it's well bowled, but nicely played. Oh, he's found the gap. Will be cut off in the over. They'll probably have another look. He's pulled it back. I reckon they'll just might have another look. We'll have to wait and see. End of the over. 13 in that over. 134 for 2.
Right way into the final 5 overs of the Rangpur Riders innings, and what a performance. They're going at 8.93 runs an over. Comilla Victorians had the option of batting first, put the Rangpur Riders into bat, and look at what they have done. 134 for 2. 2 great finishers at the crease. Shoaib Malik striking at 141, Raza at 150. And straight away misses that first ball for Mossadegh. Good evening, HD. What do you reckon? You think 190?
I pause because I'm unsure. Out.
Well, that was sliding off an outside edge. Mossadegh generally tends to fire the ball in. We've seen this surface sliding on, really not spinning. So you would see the spinners looking to try and slide on, fighting the outside edge. Just going with the arm. Straight to the man at backward point. This is the only way that the Comilla Victorians could try and keep the Rangpur Riders to something manageable. That's wickets. Raza out for 12, 134 for 3. Time for the captain to make his appearance, Nurul Hassan Chauhan. He comes out to the middle at 134 for 3. It's a good foundation for the Rangpur Riders. And round the wicket, Mossadegh. These are precious, precious dot balls. Dot ball, wicket, and now a dot ball.
I think I'm ready to answer your question now. I think 190 is very gettable, Roshan. It's just, what sort of power do they have left? We know what Shoaib Malik's capable of. The captain, Nurul, has just walked to the wicket, and I know that Azmatullah Omarzai, the Afghan all-rounder, can hit it a long way. But when they're trying to hit every ball out the ground, you tend to lose wickets. So it's on, but they've still got to play well to get there.
Well, the strategic timeout helped you as well.
Mathematics has never been my strong point. I need time.
2 balls to go in the over. This has been singles, but doesn't matter. As you say, it's not about hitting 6s and 4s of every ball, but you do know that T20 can throw up some really interesting things. This is Sikandar Raza looking to smash it away on the offside. The ball flying off an outside edge. The over. Just 2 runs so far. This time only a single. Just gave himself a bit of room. Excellent comeback by Mossadegh. 1 for 13 in 2, 137 for 3. .24 legal deliveries left. Can they better some of those skyscrapers that they built earlier on in the Rangpur Riders innings? Chalukdar was the man, was the architect who really got it going. Well, they'll be happy conceding singles, Komila, at the moment.
And Kushal Shah's been really good, hasn't he? He's gone for just 16 runs and he's in his final over now. Those are really good numbers, and it's the length that he bowls. He doesn't traditionally, those left arm spinners get the ball up there, try and turn it, find the outside edge. Not here in T20. He's back of a length, tries to sort of hit the middle stump.
Short and wide, that's a poor delivery. And excellent work in the deep. One thing about T20 cricket is the standard of fielding that has gone through the roof. It's been so innovative, whether it's ground fielding or catching on the boundary or trying to stop sixers or trying to convert sixers into catches.
Well, I'm scared to praise a player because every time I do, he either gets out or bowls that type of delivery. And that was a proper long hop. I was about to say you never field the ball with your feet, but that worked out well.
Easy, easy, easy.
So far, just 4 runs they've got off the first 3 deliveries. They're setting themselves up, I guess, for the last 3 overs. Nurul Hasan Chauhan just in. He's made 3, but Shoaib Malik will be the man. 28 of 20. But yeah, the towels are out. That will give the Komila Victorian some heart. I like the way he uses the crease, goes wide of the crease, tends to fire the ball in. And you spoke about the lengthy balls. Just back of a length, but he tends to fire the ball in. Doesn't allow the batter space to try and play those horizontal shots. He just tends to hurry on.
He doesn't want the batters to be able to just take one step and hit through the line.
On the leg side. Just singles, which is good.
Shoaib Malik has his areas that he looks for those boundaries, but what makes him such a skilled batter is that if it doesn't land in those areas, he's still able to get a run or 2 off the ball. And that's why he's got such a good strike rate throughout his career.
Last ball of the over. 2 excellent overs. He needs to finish it well. Kustil. Oh, that's 4. Spoke about how good the over is. It goes for 4, 10 of the over. 147 for 3. Into the last 3 overs of the Ispahani BPL T20 2023, powered by Minister in association with Nagad. Well, you see that last ball just gets into a nice position, and then that width, I think it was more the width than the length, just allowed him to free his arms, and behind point was always 4. Now Rangpur Riders have 3 overs to go. If they can aim at 15 runs an over, which is a great possibility with wickets in hand, they'll get past 190. Mustafiz starts off with a single, but they'll want boundaries. They'll need to go. They'll be aiming 12 plus, maybe an over from here.
Well, your 190 is starting to look far away now. Because you've got some skilled death bowlers, and it's difficult. It's difficult for them because of the dew. But Mustafizur is a very, very skilled death bowler. We know the change-ups that he's got. He bowls wonderful Yorkers. I always just think about that 1 year that he produced a brilliant season for the Sunrisers Hyderabad in the Indian Premier League. He was unbelievable.
So far gone for 18 into his 3rd over. Again, just trying to force the issue there, only a single. Yeah, just getting back to the point you were making, I think the key was his change-ups. His change-ups were so effective and came out of the hand so excellently well, where batters struggled to try and pick him, and he was excellent in the depth with those change-ups, bouncers into the pitch, bit of extra pace. He was the real package. He was a complete package. Well bowled, well bowled. That's what I'm talking about. That's the change of pace that he does so well. But having said that, if Comilla Victorians can restrict Rangpur Riders, this is, you could see the release. So much of revs on the ball.
Looked like a left arm seamer version of Murali.
True, correct, the way he released it. He's bowled 3 deliveries for 2. Oh, well bowled again, just taking pace of the ball. 150 is up now. The point I was trying to make is if they could keep Rangpur Riders to about 170 Comilla Victorians or thereabout, I think they would have done very well. They'll be pleased with that effort, and they'll actually fancy their chance, and they'll back themselves to try and get there.
Well, they got some wonderful batters. Liton Das, who's been in exceptional form with the bat. David Malan, Mohammad Nabi, and it's not going to be easy to bowl in these conditions. That dew will have an effect.
This is a really good little face for the Comilla Victorians, because they were 132 for 3 at the end of 15, Rangpur Riders. They were riding high at that stage. Now look at the situation here. They bowled 2 overs and 4 balls. Oh, that's called a wide, but I like what he did, because he did see Sohan moving inside the line, was looking for that scoop, and straight away his reaction was a short delivery. Wouldn't have expected it to go so high, but great thinking.
Yeah, unfortunate, wasn't it? Because the decision to bowl the bouncer was brilliant. But unfortunately, rules is rules. And that would have been above the head, standing upright.
Just 19 runs in the last 2 overs, 2.4 balls. Again, just gets into he gets into a position from outside the off stump, but I think this is a wonderful face by the Comilla Victorians. They've bowled plenty of dot balls and single or balls that didn't have boundaries.
I think that's the beauty of T20 cricket. It looks like a team's running away with it, and then suddenly 2 good overs with the ball, and the game goes back into the balance. I mean, when Ronnie was at the wicket, it looked as though they were going to get 1,000. Now all of a sudden they'll be thinking, we don't have enough yet.
Swung away on the leg side, only a single again. Another very good over, just 6 runs off it. The last 3 overs, just 21 runs, 153 for 3. Well, if you look at the spread, Rangpur Riders will be pleased with those 33 dot balls, which is good. Normally you would expect you'd allow a team that's doing well about 30 to 40 dot balls in an innings. They're within the range, but it's about that final score considering the conditions prevailing. Farooqi into his last over, just 14 runs in 3. Just a single down to long off. Now, one thing that the Comilla Victorians have done well, they've taken pace off the ball, they've bowled into the pitch, they've mixed it up. That last delivery too, pace of the ball, just not letting the batters time it. So that has kind of dried up the boundaries. They had 17 fours and 3 sixes.
Just bear in mind that there were 12 boundaries hit inside the power play. There's only been a further 8 boundaries hit since then. So it was a power play that was owned by the Riders, but Comilla have fought their way back. They've fought their way back. He's good at the back end as well, Faisal Farooqi.
Hits it, 6. That connected. That went the distance. Well, if you look at Sohan, if you look at the way he sets himself up, he just moves, waits for the delivery such as that, and that stood up quite well, just slapped it, and a cross seamer.
Just a flat bat. Mid-off was up.
Cross seam, again bowled into the pitch. See, he tends to set himself up just outside the off stump. A nice base he has. And I always feel that he commits a little bit too early. And they're running the first run hard. They want the second. They're coming back for 2. And they'll get the 2. That was good. He was on the back foot. He was going full and wide. He just couldn't reach it.
70-yard boundaries means that they are big boundaries in the context of T20. So the man on the sweeper boundary had a long way to go and get that ball, but that's great running. And a committed slide.
It's more of a desperation. I think Rangpur must be having a target that they have in mind. Surely it has to be 180 now. But they need something like that. They need a score in that region, 9 runs and over. Because the conditions are very much stacked in the favor of the batter. We've spoken about the dew, we've spoken about how good the surface is, the ball coming on. So plenty to do for the bowlers. Again, pace of the ball into the pitch. Oh, they want a second here. Definite run out. Definite run out. Sheer confusion. Shoaib Malik turned rather blind, but not Nur Hassan Chauhan. He was not interested.
More than likely this will be a bit of ball watching. They want to, both of them. They run. Shoaib Malik gets there easy and just turns but realizes, unfortunately, he was the only one running. And so run out by the length of the pitch. A good innings from Shoaib Malik. No huge fireworks, but 33 of 26. Well, that's more than acceptable. 163 for 4.
Another versatile cricketer, Benny Howell. Powerful striker. Can hit the long ball. Plenty of variety with the ball in hand. Gets off the mark with the boundary. Oh, that was pitched up. It was a long half volley. That is the kind of urgency that the Rangpur Riders needed to be injected at this stage.
Around the wicket, looks for the Yorker, but the trouble is if you miss it, it's a half volley. And Howell just clears his left leg and swings through that line.
Powerful striker. He's a very versatile all-rounder. Perfect T20 all-rounder. So much of variety, so much of skill that he brings into the game. Last ball of the over. Missed out. Again bowling into the pitch. Just a single. He's annoyed with himself. 15 runs off the over. 168 for 4. 1 over to go. Right, we got 6 legal deliveries. How can the Rangpur Riders maximize it? Well, they got the pace to try and contend with. Mustafis, such a skillful death bowler. We've spoken about how good he is. He's so far just given 23 runs in 3 overs. Right now, the Comilla Victorians have been penalized because of the timeout. I mean, their slow over rate allows them they're not letting, or as the rules say, you cannot have, or let me rephrase it, you need to bring a fielder into the circle. Now, what are they arguing about?
Many will point to the fact that they're over half an hour late, but the fielding side will feel that they're having to dry the ball after every single ball because of the dew. You know, they certainly can't argue that they're having to move side screens because the side screens are enormous here. But I think that the umpires have given them plenty of time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and now they've insisted that 1 extra has to be inside the 30-yard circle. Well, that'll help your prediction of 190, Roshan.
I hope so. It will take some. That was not a prediction. I was asking you a question. You conveniently passed it on to me, saying that I predicted it.
Yeah, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, but I like this rule. I like this ruling where you penalize the fielding side in terms of a extra fielder being brought into the circle. Now, they can't just have 4. Right, so they got a square leg and a long on, long off and a point. Just 4 inside the circle. 4 outside the circle. Wide. He starts off with a wide. That won't help them.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden it becomes difficult for a bowler and a captain to defend one side of the ground. So a bowler will run up and give himself protection on one side of the ground and then try and bowl the ball into that area to force the batter to hit him in that area. But now he's vulnerable on both sides of the ground, particularly on that offside.
Will that be called a wide? I think it is. It was a wide. Good call. Very good call. Definitely cut that tram line. There is no doubt about it. He was going wide. He was going for the angle. The intention is right. He's going wide and full.
Yeah, but he's going wide and he's taking pace off the ball because he's got only a long off and a point on the boundary. And with third inside the 30-yard circle, he can't deliver seam up because any sort of a bat will just disappear down to deep third for 4.
On the leg side, this time only a single. In fact, they're coming back for 2. Benny Howell was off in a flash. So a couple of runs again. You're talking about the pace of the ball, and that was very visible. Bowling into the pitch. Pace of the ball, so really couldn't time it. But eventually very good running. Passing extra cover. Again, a couple of runs to throw to the keeper's end, and they'll make it. But this is a good set field, and I think Mustafiz is doing a grand job by bowling pace off, going wide, not just allowing the batter to hit through to that extra cover area. So his line has been good. Yes, he did bowl 2 wides, but the follow-up deliveries has been excellent. Just 2 twos. So far, just 6 of the first 2 legal deliveries, including those wides. Still 4 deliveries to go in the over. This time, a little bit pacier, I think. But a clever and a precious dot ball at this stage.
Risky though. Fine leg up in the circle, square leg up in the circle, and you whack it in short. That is a risky delivery. Fizz will reckon it was the double bluff.
Yeah, but I think Mustafiz just trying to outthink Benny Hubble. Oh yeah, he brushed the back of his neck, but just outthinking him, going wide and full, not becoming predictable. Sometimes bowlers tend to play into the hands of the batters trying to do that. Should be taken. Mustafiz underneath it. Pace of the ball. Good catch. This is a great piece, a great face for the Comilla Victorians. They've come back really, really strongly. And a wicket in the form of Benny Hubble.
Captain's still not happy. But I tell you what, the bowler will be. Howell's dangerous. This is a thick outside edge. It towers into the night sky, and the bowler, to his credit, Mustafa Azir, says, that's mine, I'll take that. And holds on to a good one. Holds on to a very good catch. So Howell goes for 8. It's 174 for 5.
Mehdi Hassan, the new batter. Again, what a wonderful over this is. the last 4 overs and 4 balls has conceded just 42 runs. Comilla Victorians would be delighted with this phase. They've got 2 wickets in the process, but it's about not about the wickets, but it's about the runs they've conceded. Normally, you would expect a very, very good return when they're in a comfortable position and looking to build. But instead, it's a great comeback. Last ball of the over, just 6 runs in this and a wicket. Now those 6 runs include 2 wide deliveries. Mustafis, what he's done well here is that he stuck to his plan. He's not been flustered by the way the batters have looked to approach him. He's just gone through with what he's planned. Here's the last ball. Again, not in control, only a single. They're running 2 here. Should be a run out. No, I don't think so. The throw was rather weak. Well, they'll take a look, but I think he was well in. But still, that's a very good finish by the Comilla Victorians.
Yeah, Noel ran very hard, didn't he? He knew that he was gonna run 2. It was just whether Mahedi had the speed. But I think the pace when it hits the ground just comes off the ball ever so slightly. Keeper takes it. This is tight, but not tight enough. He's safe. He's safe. So a well-run 2 in the end. We'll see the Rangpur Riders finish on 176 for 5. It'll take some getting, but it's doable because these are difficult bowling conditions because of the dew.
They'll feel disappointed, Rangpur Riders. They would have expected a better finish considering where they were. But still a very good score, 176 for 5. They got the runs on the board. Ronnie Talukder was brilliant at the top. Shoaib Malik 33 and 929. But the finish wasn't great. Nurul Hasan not really getting too much of strike. 19 of 11. 176 for 5 in 20 overs, Rangpur Riders.
Bowlers, they took a little bit of tap at the beginning courtesy of the innings from Ronnie, but they fought back well. In particular, Faruqi 1 for 28 in his 4 overs. Mustafizur was fantastic in his last over, 1 for 31 in 4. The pick of them was the left arm spin of Kustal Shah, just 1 for 25 in his 4.
Right, so the target for the Comilla Victorians is 177 of 20 overs at 8.85. It's time for a break, but don't go too far away because I'm sure it will be a great response from the Comilla Victorians when they come out to bat.